Banana pedal. Perfect. So hello, welcome to my live stream. You see I'm in driving because I'm just perfect in a minute. Even I could not open everything like the windshields for the guests so they can go into. So yeah, and that's why I'm a little bit in a hurry, because in 4 minutes I have to came to the meeting point, and there we come a lot of tips. I believe something about 10 again, and so oh man. Fuck. So yeah, I have to like my own video. It makes a big difference if you have just 2 to 8 people who listen my live stream, that you like yourself, your own video, because it just makes 20% or 30% of the likes, and it helps you a little bit to get the other people, you people get notice of. So yeah, so and I could not do that when I stop, or when I have to stop. I can do that, but I have to also to open the windshields, the plastics. So it's red. Now oh man. So then and then open the control window. It works, and then open this one. Then a sound check. Yeah, sound check is worked. So let's see.
Bem gostadinho, está bem?
Tá bem.
Um bocadinho oposto. Pode ir, à vontade.
Ah, tá um posto, pois.
À direita. Pode ir, estou a ver. À direita. Mais. Tá bom. Obrigado.
Okay. Now to open the shields. Yeah. Huh? Mais para frente?
Mais ainda. Tá bom.
Então agora não cabe lá ninguém, não? Não? Ok. Aqui estou.
Agora eu vou para o outro. Vai, com essa linha. Aí é, tem que tapar. Cuidado. Bora. Pode ir.
Olá, bom dia.
Chega à frente.
Olá, tudo bem?
Sou Guilherme.
Bom,
Espera aí.
so let me see. Two people. Cool. Hello. So yeah, I can write something. No. So. Morning. Good morning. A son? Have you a son? No son available right now. Morning. Bom dia. Bom dia. And then.
João, uma vai primeiro àquele lado e depois vai à Senhora do Monte e acaba ao pé da Serra, aquele largo. A outra vai primeiro à Senhora do Monte, depois vai ao outro e acaba no largo. Eu acho que é melhor ir primeiro logo à Senhora do Monte. Não? Esta até é a rota que está em baixo. Há duas rotas, é melhor fazer uma passada. É esta. é mesmo. Também vamos estar desfasados. Mas vamos já direto histórico, Senhora do Monte. Depois da Senhora do Monte, moraria, ir ao outro lado e depois calçada de São Francisco, Conceição.
Ok. Não, mas não é, sério. A casa parte antiga das morarias. Moraria vai ser tateado. Passa pelo. Consigo. Não, mas de novo?
Fica aqui, João. Já cá tenho todos. Então e é este estacionado daqui?
Eu tô sabendo já.
Aqui?
Vou
pôr em espinho. Não, já está tudo, já está tudo. Vai estacionar aí? Já estamos todos. Pá, o senhor do hotel é que falou com ele. Pá, eu meto uma coisa.
Quando sair o autocarro, começa lá. Quando sair o autocarro, fica lá.
Olha. Aí. Vai sair o autocarro.
Fica lá ao lado, está bem?
Vamos ver isso bom. Vai, eu vou.
Qual é essa? Temos a rota de lá. Vai primeiro à cena do mundo. Não, tem rota. Alguém não tem a rota?
Não, está no PDF, não?
Hã?
Está no PDF, não? Quer dizer, todos?
Quem é que vai primeiro à Senhora do Monte, que é para despacharmos logo, agora de manhã mesmo?
Somos só nós, todos.
Somos 10. Um extra, um extra. Não, vamos todos juntos, acho que
Fazemos a mesma
é
rota.
pá, 10 e faz bem. Cuidado.
Esta hora é.
Por isso é que eu quero ir à Senhora do Monte já. Fazer a rota de baixo.
Então, rota de baixo, restauradores, blá blá, corpos de sol, já é melhor. Vocês não tipo ir a ver com um cafezinho?
Pá, tu estás aonde? Mas é que esses aqui se calhar vão para ali, com o canto outro. Onde aquele autocarro saiu.
Está bem, está bem.
Doutora, sócio. Ora, Charles
Então,
Leão,
João,
bom dia.
Como é que é? Bom dia.
C'est Porto do Sol, Graça. Pois, isto é assim. O Senhor do Mundo, já.
Depois é para os largar.
Não, mas não vai.
Vamos lá.
Depois eles vão para o castelo. Só quando é que eu vou parar?
É
O mais
largar
perto
mais.
é ali ao pé da Sé. Lá que ele larga atrás da Sé. É largar e seguir. Larga atrás da Sé.
Já. Aí,
Pá,
ao pé das terras.
eles vão para o castelo. Só que para parar lá em cima é ali, largar e seguir. Tchau, pá. Não demorar muito no drop-off. Para não tapar ali o trânsito.
Olha, isto só a paragem onde? Só no. E é tipo 5 minutos.
Yeah. Pessoal, da Senhora do Monte, digam, isto é 10 minutos máximo, voltem para mim, cada um volta para o mesmo driver, tá? Esse é o mesmo.
Portanto, é melhor de pôr 5.
Pá, já,
Isso é 10. Pois. Eu digo sempre 5, que eles às vezes vêm com cerveja.
Deviam pôr uma GoPro. Deviam pôr uma GoPro.
No baixo do surf.
E o gajo estava a ser bem corrido ou não? Estava a ir lá ou não? Uma GoPro, mas.
Não, fica surf que é.
É os tubos que é. Deixa lá ver como é que está a praça da fizeram. Era um estadia, cada um de nós. Tudo está emocionado aos pontos. Os gajos queriam ter acesso ao vídeo, iam pagar, tipo Sport TV. O quê, Uber? Queres ver como é que está a Senhora do Monte, Uber? Paga assim, não faz por isso. Como estás a falar? Mas é que nós somos.
E atentos ao telemóvel, porque isto pode, entretanto, alterar aí uma coisa ou outra.
Sim, sim.
Ok, pessoal, autocarro a sair.
É para estacionar ali?
Espera aí.
O outro é o meu.
Não é não. Ah não? Claro, não é esse que eu estou a falar. Esse também tem, mas é dele, é dele. Está ali para baixo do táxi. Eu vou ultramarca, sabe? Claro, mano. Sei que eu saíram da África e estavam a filar.
Ô, Dedê.
Eu incorporo essa história nas minhas teorias.
Vai ver.
João, queres tirar o teu? Por ali à frente. O rapaz do táxi estava a refilar.
Pois,
Tirar
pois.
o teu e por ali à frente.
O meu está aqui em frente.
Oh, Amar, tira-se aquele ali.
Esse também, esse também.
Quem é aquele?
Quem é que é este primeiro?
É o primeiro aqui.
É o dos novos.
Não, eu estou aqui em frente, pá. É o teu? Ah, sim, é sempre com o João. Já viste? É sempre o João.
O Bruno já morreu. É sempre assim, é um clássico. O meu pode ser igual ao contrário.
É o João, tem outro colega. Vamos tentar.
Temos paragem por volta das 11 costas e tal. Sério, passa assim.
Ah, 11h30 ou no fim? 11h30 o fim e 7 está bem. Depois sobe ao costelo. E não, a gente sobe.
Olha, está mal. Quem é estes carros aqui? Quem é estes carros? Estão mal arrumados. Oi! Quem são estes carros? Quem são os carros? Está tudo mal arrumado já. Então estou em cima do. Depois o polícia vem ter comigo. Então já não tem.
Não podem
espiões?
passar aí. Chega à frente um bocadinho.
Mas sim, só 2 minutos. É o que é. Este carro aqui.
Este também pode ir para aqui.
Um pouco mais. Olha aí, começamos aqui com isto.
Obrigado.
O carro pode ser que as pessoas matem-se.
Estavam grandes e por isso é que havia outra
Sim, até será das casas bem. Exato, exato.
Sim, ele só dá para às vezes pode ficar um. Depois tentamos apanhar ou vai para o fim. Podemos começar a carregar assim. Há um tubo que vai ficar vazio, que é o meu.
É aquele ali verde. Não.
Pode ficar. O meu é este. Pronto, assim chego primeiro também.
Então não deixa ninguém sentar.
Não nos deixa, porque o problema é que temos 42 pessoas.
Mas se tiver aqui, vai.
Se eles meterem 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Agora, se as pessoas tiverem 4. Normalmente é o que nós fazemos em 4.
Olha, eles todos escolheram os cursos para ir à frente.
O meu pai foi cortando justamente ao gajo, chamar outros gajos. Chegou a certa altura.
4, 5, até 4 e como eles quiserem. Quanto mais melhor.
Oh, hello. Hey, Ben. Bon Ben. Oh, so long again. Bom dia. Oh.
Okay.
You don't need that. Then you can mess up the rest of the trip. It has
Okay.
the medium.
Yeah.
German? Nice to meet you.
Hanging gardens, and I was just, I had both of my hands up and my head up at the same time.
Sometimes you don't get like the right angle.
And I had to go out.
He has
But
a.
anyways, I had both legs like right away. I couldn't mind if we come in?
Oh, okay.
Has to be very specific.
Very
How you doing?
good. How are you? I'm Shelley.
Nice to meet you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Hello,
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm in picture. I go. Just a second.
Then they'll have like a rolling video.
So, again, try again. So hello, I'm your tour guide. So just with the tuk-tuk. So and then when you go off one, there's one stop and the highest point of Lisbon.
Okay.
And the regional tour guys take you over and something. Then I just more or less like a driver, but I can explain on the way everything what is there. So my name is João. Make it much simple. Just call me John.
John.
Yes. So yeah. So we will pass a lot of monuments, a lot of old churches. I will also explain a little bit what it's about.
Okay.
Because we are a nation and fighting against the non-Christian, which is the Muslim in the past time. So,
Okay.
and we have also a big history about our discoveries, maybe you know it. And we have also a very special heritage
Okay.
because we are some kind of Celtic.
Of what?
Celtic.
Celtic.
So maybe Celtic, you come in your mind, Ireland,
Yeah.
Scotland, right?
That's what I would think. Yeah.
That's completely right. But the Celtic culture sides begins in Middle Europe, and then they split it to the north and even to the west of Europe.
Okay.
So in the north, they just keep it original and change it a little bit. So the most original are the Scottish part of Wales and Ireland. And they settled down to a part of northern Spain, what is nowadays northern Spain. And in the 4th century, when the Roman Empire collapsed, they merged the Celtic language with the Latin, and there was formed the Portuguese.
Wow, that's very
The
good.
language Portuguese. But even in West Europe, so the Romans tell us, in between the big rivers, one of them is here, is the Tejo, the north is the Douro, was the Lusitanians. And we know by the arts what they use, they have also some cultural influence from the Celtic.
Okay.
So, but a little bit not that original, but a big part of it. So then came when we make our country, we called it then after the city in the north, Porto. The past name of it. We have. That's right. Yo, we have to go. I will explain everything.
Very well spread out. Very rich, but they have all types of fast. Rich.
So,
Out of a lot. It's a neighborhood which is
so means our language was built there, and then we take the name. That means the son wants to make his own kingdom. Maybe he decided because he found something Celtic after it, but he knows already because it was the original part in the kingdom of the mother. The mother was the queen of Leon, which is in northern West Spain. Right nowadays this part called Galicia. Yeah. So they came down and take the name from the city, which is part then. It was Portus Cale. The name of Porto was Portus Harbor. So it made completely sense. So that came the name. But of course our DNA is somehow from the Lusitanians. Our language came with a merge with the Celtic from the north. So, and what makes different our language to the Spanish is the Celtic influence.
Interesting.
And when you hear the original language, what they speak in Ireland, which is the Gaelic, you found out that they have also a smooth ending, like the Portuguese do also. And not only we, even the Gaelic from Scotland, they do that also. And a lot of part they use that, who are the Northern Celtic influence. Yeah. So they came, and then we begin on the beginning fighting against the Moorish, that is the Islam coming from the north. So and then you know mostly everything where we come from, and everything I will tell you on the way. So if it is too much, I can make it narrow, and so because a lot of my colleagues say you talk too much. They don't can record this. Yeah, that is sometimes true. I like to make it that funny that possible, but the beginning is just, I think, when you have not the foundations, it's difficult to record everything. So if it's too much, just say a word or say again or make it different. Then I make it also different. It's no problem. So because we have nearby 900 years of history only by Portugal, so there's a lot of happened. There's a lot there. So Then I want to begin with some funny stuff. So just, okay, it begins a little bit seriously because you can imagine that Portugal right now is a small country, right? 10 million people. And back then, before the age of discoveries, which was begun by Portugal.
Okay.
Portugal have just 1 million.
Wow.
To get the comparison of it, just look what England had at that same time. It had 14 million.
Wow.
So even the ratio was much bigger difference than today, because now England had 60 million. And also England was not alone, it was joined with Scotland and Ireland. So at first, to make that, it is helps very much that we was the first. So why we was the first and how we did that? We did that because we was the first one who could navigate. Then maybe you will ask, navigate? But the Vikings.
Right.
Yeah, the thing is, navigation by the word. The Vikings, they just sip to the seas and surely they found also America somehow.
Yes.
The thing is, they never knew where there was.
They just went.
They just go around the islands that far that possible to get to the next coastline.
And raped and pillaged.
So, yes.
That's what we know the way. Right? Rape and pillage.
So, and the Romans. So, and then you say, oh, when it's about the maps, maybe the Romans did already. And then I said, okay, the Romans had maps, but their maps was written by the streets what they built. So when they have no streets, they don't found it again. So this is the first thing after their discover, they have to build the roads to find it again. So their maps, what they have, they look like the train maps, just straight lines. So their city in the middle of Europe is next to someone in Western Europe. They don't know where they are.
They don't really know where it is.
So, but the Portuguese, they took some instrument by the Romans.
Okay.
But because they could build very good straight streets, they can make even curves. They just rather want to cut a little mountain in half, just to not to measure some curves. So what the Portuguese used the same instrument, it was 3, and put it upside down to the stars. So, and that was the beginning of the map painting, the navigation, the real navigation. At least in Europe, maybe the Chinese had it before, we don't know. But we have also the willing to go to the sea. But why we did that? Please look on the left side. That is the Restauradores. That we have 60 years of Spanish rulership, and then we have to put our empire together again, and there's the monument of it. So 60 years of Spanish rulership, but they don't get it by war.
No.
They get it because our kings have no childs, and then the kingdom falling to the Spanish kingdom. So, and that was 60 years. And then we get a revolution to liberate us from the Spanish. So now on my right side, after this building, you see the train station of Rocio. What is special because it is made in the monolithic style. The style is named by King Manuel I from 15th century, but the train station, of course, is from the 19th century, so it's new classic. And it's also very interesting. It is that the train stop in the upper floor, because behind this building, there's the Bairro Alto, the uptown, and that's why the train stopped there up. And this is very playful. This style you found only in Portugal, because have ornaments from the sea and from the sailing and the shipbuilding and past that.
Boston and headquartered. This is the second old Portugal is like KFC.
It'll be going by. We walked down the hill yesterday. Three cities. Like we found them in Spain. You know what I mean? Doing a lot of business and all that.
So on the left side, you will see the place of Rocio, and on the top of this pillar, you will see Pedro IV. What is about the Pedro IV? Pedro IV was the king who split Portugal, the rest of the empire, and Brazil. So he became Pedro I of Brazil. And then the journalist asked him, if you are now king of both, where you want to bury it? And he said, I will bury it in Brazil, but my heart will stay always in Portugal. And then the next king take a treasury. When they died, they put the heart of the body off and put it in the city of Porto, which is the past name Portugal. So maybe the king don't hear right. He say Portugal, but maybe he means Portugal. So now on the left side, you see it on the top of this pillar, in the middle of this place, Pedro IV. So maybe if you would make the question, why Pedro IV make this idea? Because more or less it begins with 1755. 1755, Pedro was not born there already. 1755, the 1st of November, we have a big earthquake here in Lisbon.
Okay.
And an uptown was the richer part of Lisbon. And the people have carpet on the wall, carpet on the floor. They're falling the oil lamps down and begins to burn the uptown completely. So the people flee to downtown, which is here. And then they go in front of the palace of the king because they thought there is something secure there. But then came a tsunami. So we talk about more than half, I think, more than half people died on that one day. So what I have to do with Pedro IV? Because that was time of the Jose I. Then come Maria I. So these kings, all of them, have to reconstruct the city because it was completely destroyed. So, and of course, it's changed the whole Europe because Portugal was, until then, was known to spread the Christianity all over the world. And there's a lot of letters all over the world, written in a lot of languages, and they're asking his friends why this country was punished by God, because that was the thinking of the Renaissance. Everything was powered by God. There's the thinking. So then the people begin to think more. And that is the time we changed the time age from the Renaissance to New Age. 1755, even the States was formed a few years later. The democratization of Europe begins also. The Napoleon Wars, and now it becomes the time of Pedro. Pedro was 9 years old, and Portugal decided to change his capital to take it from Lisbon to Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, wow.
To make it possible to conquer against Napoleon. And yeah, Portugal resisted.
Yeah.
Resisted, and of course it helps to put your family, king family away. So Pedro IV, 9 years old, came away from from Lisbon, from a destroyed Lisbon came to Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro was still a nice city. Came back and then don't look like. That's why maybe his ideas was to split in two. So people who think like we do, they think a little bit more simple. So that one. On the left side, was the past National Bank of Portugal. And because we have the euro, we have no national bank anymore.
Right.
This is all joined together in Frankfurt, Germany.
No, behind direct there. No?
What?
You have to go right, no?
No, I go left. Why are you asking?
It makes sense, right? Walking tour, Whoa! Yeah. Oh yeah, that big communist. So like that whole Eastern bloc here. Yeah. It's just funny to see.
So, after this building site on my right side, you will see the Arco de Augusta, and behind is the place, commercial place, Praça Comércio. That was the place, was before the Palace of the Kings. On my right side, please look, there we are, it's very beautiful.
Oh yeah,
And there's a statue in the middle of, that is Jose I, the king of the earthquake. So the next one, so I don't know where you came from, but when you come back to your place where you came from, then maybe you have the luck to find someone from original came from Lisbon.
Okay.
And then maybe you say, oh, I was Lisbon, nice and everything what you want to say. And then he will prove you and ask one question.
Uh-oh.
He will ask you if you saw the Sant Antonio, and when you are not in this talk, you don't know what it's about. So, the Sant Antonio came as next. It takes a bit, still a bit. The Sant Antonio is the man who get his holy statue in Padua, Italy, and he is the sign of the poor people and the lost things. And what is about Lisbon is he born in Lisbon. He was Portuguese. He was Lusbeta, like the Lisbon people say. And he went to he became monk here in Lisbon, and the church sent him to Padua, Italy.
Okay.
And they get his holy study. That's why they talk. This is Sant Antonio of Padua. So we will pass the house where he born, which is nowadays a museum. We see the statue of Sant Antonio, which is a black statue.
Shoes approved.
So, and the church of Sant Antonio, which is a white church, it will appear in a few seconds on my left side. So, I see already that is this white church. This is the Sant Antonio church. The statue is this black one. And the house where he's born is right now covered with flowers. There's the Museum of Sant Antonio. So now you saw the Sant Antonio. When he asked you if you saw the Sant Antonio, you saw it. So why a lot of tuk drivers don't mention that? Because this church is from the 19th century, historically not very important. But the next one is very important. That is the Cathedral of Lisbon. This one, right? It is from 1147.
Wow.
You look on the right side, there we are. And this is one of the few houses who survived the earthquake. Only one pillar moved about 40 centimeters. About 40 centimeters, but the roof not falling down. The only damage is when it's rains also inside. So in the winter time when it's rain, maybe they have the most cleanest floor of Lisbon. So now I have to say sorry in advance, because this street, I have a special name for me. I call this street the Horse Street, because it feels like you are on the back of the horse. And normally when there's not so much traffic, I would drive in the middle, but right now it's not possible. Here we are. So, yeah, you talk about the blue titles. We have a lot of these titles on the houses. Sorry for the street. This have also to do with our discovery age, because you can imagine that makes a lot of rich people. The people came back, began to build houses, but it was so soon. The only what they built was white houses. So there was the one white house next to the next white house. So, and that's why you have to make some solution. So please look on the right side. You know that we have a lot of hills here, and because we have a lot of hills, we had a lot of viewpoints. We call them miradores. This is the viewpoint of Santa Lucia. You have a great view to the harbor of Lisbon and the river Tejo. So the people came back, and so they want maybe to compare to each other. So and then they found out, there is a color there's called lapis lazuli, which is a mineral, a blue one. And but you cannot paint it. You can only smash it and burn it on something on. So this is a mirador Porta do Sol, which means door to the sun, and yeah, it's very sunny here. And please look also on the statue on the left hand. It's already passed. Okay, no problem. We talk again if you want to. So. So we have passed this Cathedral of Lisbon. We call that just Sé de Lisboa. And the Sé de Lisboa, the important church, like the cathedral, of course, there was built. Oh, where's my? There was built on the battlefield. Please look on the left side. There's a mosaic. There was built on the battlefields of the Crusaders. And who battled there? It was the English and the Portuguese. And because the biggest amount of crusaders came from England, because they put their cathedral, you have just one cathedral in every city because there's the seat of the bishop. So. So let's go up. So we go up. So, and there's another church who's also built on a battlefield of crusaders, which is also important, but could not be the cathedral because you don't have just one. There's a São Vicente. I will talk it again. We don't pass the São Vicente, but there's a lot of heritage of Portugal. That's why I will talk it again when we go downwards again. We are now on the way on the highest point to Lisbon. We will pass now the Igreja da Graça, the Church of Grace, on my left side. You will find out that it's not very special. It's just white and is from the 16th century, also not very old. But what is more interesting is what is linked to, and that is the Convent of Christus. The Convent of Christus, maybe you can understand what it's about, but the thing where the heritage of the Convent of Christus is, you will understand. The heritage of the Convent of Christus is the convent of the Templar Knights. Here we are, that is the convent on my left side. And there you see there was fighting monks. You see it looks like a little castle. So what is about the Templar Knights? The Templar Knights was in the Middle Ages the only one who could lend money because there was a protector of the holy sites, even in the Middle East. And also in Europe, for example, Santiago de Compostela. And they protect also the ways to these places. And that's why there was the only one who could lend money to someone. And of course, because there was the only one, there was a king. They noticed that they were rich, but the Templar was very rich, so they lent a lot of money. That was the King of France. And then on the end, he wants to be very clever, and yeah, he does have some advantages. He go to the Pope, and so to say the Pope, they pray to the devil, and that's why the Pope said that they have to stop. So in some countries they kill them, and that's why a lot of them flee. And where they could flee, they came to Lisbon, to Portugal. So they came to Portugal, and our king, of course, they have also to follow the Catholic rules because this is a Catholic country, and back then, of course, also. But we make it different. We close the convent of the Templar Knights, and open a new one, which is the Convent of Christus. So it means there was just the same people, just changed the name, and Portugal was happy because there was already planning to open the Discovery Age. And you know already, we had just this 1 million people. That's why it was important to get more. So there we are.
Hey guys, we're gonna do a 10-minute break. We have.
Here we are. Hã?
Não conseguiste quem vinha último?
Havia mais. Não, eu pensava que eu sou o último.
Não,
Sim, estava um atrás de mim, ele nem sabia. Era aquilo vermelho. Ele nem sabia. Ah, pois.
Vê-te mais um aí. E
Ah, bom dia.
Não é? Aquele ali. Ah, é o último aquele, não é?
É não, isso.
Ah, é este? Ok, ok.
Eu não sabia que era rota 2, tenho que dizer. Que é...
Do nosso.
Eu não sei que é o último, não sei.
Acho que é. Como é que se chama aquele rapaz?
Não sei.
Olha, este aqui é o último.
Amaro. João, Amaro.
Então este aqui é. Ok.
Está aqui.
Está bem, está bem. Hi. Morning, you feel like? And the
Top one. The first few starting the pattern. And I'm never alone. I can help, so. Yeah.
Question. Not to break.
How they have
Oh, your mouth. What do you do? Just pop the car?
Pas de soucis. Oui, parce que bon, je n'aime pas beaucoup avant oui, au moins le premier impact il est là, après il va sortir. Le premier impact il va sortir. Alors, c'est pas si vous connaissez déjà ces radios.
Alors attends, parce que je ne peux pas laisser ça là.
Alors, vous pouvez la prendre juste comme ça.
Ouais, voilà.
That's great.
Which one is ours?
The one parked really close to you.
Oh, Portugal.
Oh, one off.
There's a little booth down there.
Yeah, I would recommend to go to look. There's a castle, São Jorge.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Bom dia. Até agora ninguém mordeu, tudo bem.
É, pô. Entre mortos e feridos, salvaram-os todos. Entre mortos e feridos, salvaram-os todos.
Oh, good to see you.
All right, you're
In
right.
the 50s, yes. Everything else. No, everything all is good with it.
Yes.
Yeah, people ask, yeah, how old is this building? It's like the Theseus boats. One part is going to be 100 years old, the other one is going to be 2 months old.